Welcome back, everybody. Minor technical issues there. Thanks for joining back in again as we wind down on the warm-up here on Hardcore Online Gaming's 2024 Ta2 V8Rumble series, brought to you by MATCHFIT Entertainment and Nautech. A couple of boys out on track after just probably doing a little bit of fine-tuning, you suspect, J-Man?
Yeah, I think certainly the start of the night after Q1, then they've, multiple drivers gone out. I saw Andrew Turner out, I saw Stewie Aerosmith out. So maybe just capitalising on that final was supposed to be, I think, around 5 minutes, but I think that race controls actually let this practice session, this warm-up, run through. Actually only got a couple of minutes left to go, which is great for us with our techie issues. But yeah, did notice. And quite often you'll see that may get less through the night if the conditions aren't changeable. That you find that the warm-up session, literally guys use them to go and refresh toilet stops, drink stops, whatever. But it'll be interesting to see what happens here tonight. Obviously, round one. Probably not all the setups are locked in yet, Davo. I don't think.
Yeah, well, too true, J-Man.
I can see the Hainsworth, 74 Hainsworth Dodge out there on track. We didn't see that participate, I don't think, at all in Q1. However, he's just backed off the side of the track. I think that looks to be out of maybe turn 4 or 5. If I'm correct, I'm just trying to pick up just based on my camera angle, but nonetheless he's out there. But Bota still out there circulating in that 721 Ford Mustang. Now the Mustang's a pretty popular car here this season, first one off the rank. Davo?
Yeah, well, isn't it what, J-Man? Yeah, quite a few pony cars out there. Look at small splattering of Dodges and Chevys there.
Yeah,
which is good to see. But yeah, definitely Mustang car of choice at the moment. And yeah, these guys are really making these things work. We've seen some really good times in qualifying as we wind down on the warm-up now, J-Man. We will be going racing in about 5 odd seconds as we just see Bota just getting that car across the line just before the countdown.
Yeah, so just I think the last car out there might be Coyle, I think, potentially just finishing off his lap, and then we shall go to grid, I would expect, pretty quickly. As winds down, there we go. So expect to see these cars all drop to grid in behind what will be a Corvette safety car. We can just hear the call there. And then followed by one full safety car formation staggered file lap of this Manfeild circuit before they get underway, Davo.
Yep. As that timer clicks down, will go. These guys on track here.
No, just in the pits at the moment. Just looked like the safety car has gone and nobody's gone to grid. So I'm not sure what's going on there.
Okay, so a little bit of a technical issue, ladies and gentlemen, as the boys patiently wait. J-Man.
Yeah, that's interesting. So I expect that there could potentially be a little bit of a restart in the proceedings there with that race start, and then hopefully all the cars can get to grid.
Yeah, because I see a couple of boys got the
Did make
cars
it?
out there. Yeah, Chris Hainsworth, a couple of the new guys actually, Andrew Turner and Chris
Okay.
Hainsworth. So they got it sorted.
I'll send the pigeons out, mate, and find out.
Let's see what we can find out there. So a couple of technical gremlins creeping in tonight here for the first round in Hardcore Online Gaming's 2024 V8 Rumble Ta2 Series. Ladies and gentlemen, a few technical issues with our YouTube, and obviously the boys just try to get these cars out on track. I'm sure they will sort it soon enough.
No, it's not far away, mate. You're going to see it roll out to grid very, very shortly. We just had a little glitch there with one of our sponsors, Andrew Turner, in the Nautech car. Just had a little bit of an issue there where he had to leave and come back. So certainly don't want to miss out. Anyone to miss out on the racing, so that's just getting a grid edit, and these cars will make it to the grid, Davo.
That's what we want to hear.
Absolutely. So I did notice Chris, who did make pole, actually still took the opportunity in that warm-up, Davo, to jump out there and go and circulate in that race car, and ended up having running a 104.1.
Yep.
So if that's potentially what the race car pace is, that's a pretty quick car as well. So
yep, definitely. J-Man
is just looking down the grid there, and looks like we have got a grid edit reset about to happen. Here we go.
As we get the call over this loudspeakers there, the boys will get a few seconds to get
here
those cars on
going to
grid.
Look at the field. Look at that, Davo.
So looking pretty sharp out there.
How good do they look?
As we see Chris, the pole getter for round one here at Manfeild. Yep. He really did work to make this happen. J-Man, we were only just talking to him last night, and he had other commitments, but he's got here for race one. He's going to kick this series off with a bang as the rest of the field follows them around under control of the V8 Rumble safety car. J-Man.
They got to be close to the safety car. If they're not close enough, they'll have to go around again. So hopefully this field gets right up on the back of that car, and they'll see the lights go out. Actually, the lights are out already. So safety car, race control's happy with the distance already. Those lights are out, and we've got one car off already.
Okay, that is Tennis Venter, J-Man. Now well out of position. Not sure how that'll affect things.
Yeah, hey, look.
He's just snuck back in. Rookie mistake, J-Man. As we...
Yeah, on a formation lap, you wouldn't expect to see that.
Looks like he's actually snuck back into position. Luckily enough, for him, I suppose. But yeah, good formation lap here. One more corner down here, the final corner before we go green on Hardcore Online Gaming's 2024 Ta2 V8 Rumble Series, ladies and gentlemen. Brought to you by MATCHFIT Entertainment and Nautech. J-Man and myself, Davo, here, calling it to you live.
15 cars out there, Davo. So still potential for a fair few more going forward to round two, as we do see the safety car peel away. We're going to have a green flag very shortly. And Chris gets a great jump.
And Field
right on the back of Pete Dawson.
Immediately, J-Man. So plenty of pressure for, and Martin just slots in behind there. Oh, we've got a bit of
bit too eager into turn 1.
Yeah, so that's Dawson. I think that's the Dawson car around.
Yep.
That's allowed Aerosmith. Aerosmith actually just sneaking past that. So Aerosmith, you know, really just missed that by a whisker. Vaughan Martin's taken advantage. Also Coyle and Phil Davis and Jeff Barner. Super. Les Wilson there rounding out the 9, and Chris Hainsworth, one of the new boys. But Pete Dawson and Paul Fields in the back of the field, J-Man. That T1, you said it. You called it early.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it from Fields. He was just tucked right up underneath the boot of... whoa, we've had another car. Who was that? Just getting incredibly loose. I think that was Vota. Got incredibly loose, and it certainly paved the way for Chris Hainsworth and Andrew Turner there heading down. So that's P10 and 11. Turner just having a look on the inside of the newly registered Chris Hainsworth there, and Andrew Turner actually running deep. Who's this popping down the inside? That looks very much like Pete Dawson.
So
trying
that's
to
Dawson recovering. So he's looking to wrap up. A whole bunch of them there, actually. I think he's just snuck Turner.
Trading positions as Voda Botha and Chris Hainsworth, and they're down at turn 1. And here comes Paul Field trying to get back through.
Also trying to recover.
Big contact there from Vota on Chris Hainsworth there.
Lucky for Hainsworth, actually, to stay pointed in the right direction there, Jamie.
Yep.
So plenty going on early here.
Back up the front, Chris. Chris has checked out.
Hasn't he? What?
Certainly left the scraps for Tinnis Venter and Stewie Aerosmith to go to battle with. Now, Stewie Aerosmith, I said to you, he got a little bit better quality, but he is up there in P3 already.
Yeah, and look, we've seen though Tinnis Venter and Stu Aerosmith in the lead-up shakedowns, and J-Man, those two very equally paced, and that will be a battle royale guaranteed. Vaughan Martin holding down 4th position after a pretty hectic start, and we sort of expected it here at Manfeild. Really tough track for these guys to open the series at. Very technical through the first sector, especially with a big field and bunched. But now they've got a little bit of space between them, and I think I just saw in the foreground, we're on Vaughan Martin's car at the moment, but that
Andrew Turner off as well in the background.
So Turner going backwards there, yep. So lost a couple of positions.
He's had a little moment there down at turn 4-5, so managed to get the car going the right way. Then stays ahead of Chris Hainsworth at the moment in P13, but I tell you what, up the front, Stewie Aerosmith with a big dive down into turn 1 on Tinnis Venter. Nothing to be had there, actually backs out of it. Tinnis with a wiggle of the tail on the exit of turn 1. And
wiggling from the tail is a bit of a prerequisite with these things, isn't it, J-Man?
Very much so.
Of these corners.
Yeah, look, I tell you what, the Mustang looking quite nervous early in the piece here. Still got just over 11 minutes to go. Just see the way that he came off of turn 5 there.
Oh, he really had to pedal the throttle there. You could hear it from the onboard.
Yep.
Really had to pedal that car to keep it in check, and run wide again. Aerosmith with all sorts of pressure there, J-Man.
Yeah, I think he's just got to keep it up, and look, the reality is he's not likely going to catch Chris up the road, so it'll be a battle for 2nd and 3rd here at the moment. And I'm just looking in the background, and Paul with a very, very good start to race 1, round 1 here, currently sitting in P4. Phil Davison, another one as well, managed to stay out of all of that chaos and is currently running P5. So well done to Phil Davison. He's having a great run at the start of this one. Has got Soup coming, I might add.
Yeah, and Soup no slouch. We know that, J-Man.
But Pete Dawson with a great recovery, although a little bit deep into 1 there, is just really, really pushing hard. He's managed to round up GB and Les Wilson.
And Les,
he's looking at Vaughan
Martin now, and looking pretty hungry. That Pete Dawson's dodge there, very quick in pre-race practice, and again in qualifying, J-Man. So who's that in front there? That's Davison around.
Yep.
And just recovering that vehicle now.
Yeah, so he's going to drop back several positions, mate. He's actually going to get past even by Gully, so Les Wilson rounds him up as well. And the next one coming, still with 9.5 minutes to go, will be Paul Field. And we know the sort of pace that Fieldsy's got on board as well. So, tell you what, Stewie Aerosmith, very, very close out of the final turn, down to turn 1 here. Can he put something on here? Has a big fake to the inside.
He has a big
the
look
door
there.
open.
He needs to slide as the contact's on the corner there. Aerosmith, too heavy on the loud pedal, J-Man.
Yep.
And did himself no favours there. He's got a bit of catch-up to do. Still, like you said, a little over 9 minutes to go now. So plenty going on. Coyle actually in a really good position there to take advantage of these boys muck it up anywhere. Chinnis very loose in that Mustang.
Oh, and who's this? Pete Dawson on Vaughan Martin. That is a sure thing right now. Looking at the attitude of that Dodge on the Mustang. Just as they come out of 5, heading down to 6. We know that this is a passing opportunity out of here. I think
maybe not from that far back, but all the same, plenty of pressure on Dawson, possibly carrying a slight bit of damage, J-Man, from the initial contact.
Yep.
There back.
And
into
you can see that
T1,
best
but
lap time by
look at that.
Chris of a 4.4. Oh yeah, that's close, isn't it?
So Dawson having a really big look here in the Dodge, J-Man, into 1. Martin has to leave the door open. There was overlap, and Dawson making it stick. That Dodge clearly quicker than the Mustang of Vaughan Martin.
Oh, who have we got up in the distance? Okay, so that's Chris Hainsworth that's just had a moment up out of 5, and he's parked on the infield at the moment. He's just going to let this field go. He was running out the back, obviously just getting accustomed to these cars, and they are no easy feat to get your head around. But Pete Dawson manages to round up Vaughan Martin, and it's not that far up the road as we just pick up on that. He has got soup. So that's Chris Hainsworth that just had a moment. He let the car. Oh, he's got damage. That car's got damage.
Car.
Yeah, I think I could see that front left. Looked like that front left tyre didn't look.
Didn't
like
look
it
quite
was in
right.
the best shape.
Yeah, well, quite possibly. That's why he's still parked up there, J-Man.
Yeah, he's going now.
Looking. I think we got cameras on the supercar here. Let's make it super. Mustang and Pete Dawson has his crosshairs.
Mate.
Oh, he is well and truly coming. Has the crosshairs on the back of that Mustang. That Dodge is quick here tonight, J-Man.
Also, Fieldsy has caught the back of Phil Davison and...
Oh, you can see that in the background. Oh, no,
Wilson,
actually, that's still Vaughan Martin in the background,
should
I say. But
Yuli got it wrong, coming out of 5, loses the 2 spots.
Yeah, so Dawson, should I say, Davison and Field pass there.
Yep.
On the Nengun. Chevy, J-Man, he'll be dirty. Had a good position there. Back down at top to 10th.
Yeah, he did have a good position. So, I'll tell you what.
Hensworth back out on track there, J-Man, I think as well. I just saw him in the background there.
Yeah, and look, we have got a DNF by GB, so I don't know if that was a...
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure what's going on
there.
But,
well, these things, look, as big and as brutal as they look and sound, they can be a bit fragile. You do not want to smash the downshift on these things.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Pete Dawson's really searching now on Super.
Dawson. Oh, and again, gets the overlap. Soup has to leave room, but does he?
No,
makes it hard.
He gave him a big squeeze, mate, and I'll tell you what, Pete Dawson was come out of that worse. I would have been surprised, wouldn't have been surprised if Soup had gone around there, but look, I think Pete Dawson was well on the anchors. He's got enough pace, he's just got to make it assertive.
5 minutes to go, J-Man.
Yep, and Stewie Aerosmith starting to bridge that gap back. I just noticed Tinnis Venter was actually getting getting away. Yeah, bring back the white livery for
Yeah,
Pete Dawson. Yeah, we're so used to it, aren't we?
Oh, we are.
Craig?
Yeah, too true, Craig. That Chevy of Aerosmith, that little slip up that he had earlier, it's taken him 3 laps to even get anywhere near back to where he was. So it just shows you the equal pace of these two guys, J-Man.
Dawson on super again. He's not going to give this one away easy. Look, he's gone to the outside this time.
Oh, yeah,
he's
forcing
inside the
the issue.
last lap. He'll be looking for a cut back here.
And he's slowed that line for super.
Yep.
Will that be enough?
Look,
he's got the run here.
Yeah, he's going to be strong down the final turn, but it's so fast. He'll be just doing something very, very impressive to get up the inside there. So just needs to keep the pressure on, keep setting them up. It's still a good spot. He's currently sitting in P6. Oh, he's got a run now.
Look at him. Look at super cover.
Yep. Oh, Aerosmith. Aerosmith has got Venter. Sorry, I missed that. Apologies.
We did miss that one. So, as these guys go side by side through 1, 2, and now through 3, and they're going to go through 4, into 5, the hairpin before Dawson.
Oh, Soup with the muscle.
Just gives him the shove. Oh, no.
For Dawson and for Martin.
Martin, just the unfortunate.
I'm saying Soup needs to go and buy both those blokes a beer at the end of this one.
Oh, mate. Those guys just, look, Martin particularly just getting tangled up in that, but Dawson and Super changing positions throughout that whole first sector, and then coming unstuck in the left-hand hairpin there, turn 5, the killer.
So Stewie Aerosmith managed to just put a little bit of time, just over a second, now 1.1, 1.2 seconds on finish after making that pass. So he clearly had the pace in the car. Phil Davison and Fieldsy
going backwards.
Fieldsy got him. Davidson's going backwards.
It's Davison going backwards, so that's Vaughan Martin. Yep.
And now he's going to be under pressure with 2.25 minutes to go. He's got the Nengen car of Les Wilson.
Yep.
Tucked right up and behind him now. So I do actually think the 16 car has got some good pace on it. It's just succumbed to a few errors there, just like we saw there. Just picking up the loud pedal just a fraction hard and early off the corners. You just can't do it on these cars.
Look, and it is so easily done, isn't it, J-Man?
Yep. They require muscle but finesse, these things. So, look, Yuli's got a run here. And a little bit of belief, I think, by the look of it.
Well, he showed some good pace throughout the shakedowns, J-Man. I think he might have learned a lesson in race 1 in the first shakedown at Hampton there, blowing a motor. But, geez, he's come on strong ever since. So, yeah, definitely showing some form, J-Man.
Yep,
sitting in 9th position.
To go, and I just want to pick up on our race leader. Chris got the best lap of the race out there at the moment, 104.3.
104.3, that is quick, J-Man.
He has got that Shell and Pennzoil.
The Pennzoil car, yep.
Yeah, bit of controversy on the branding there. There's a double dose of fuel companies there, so he'll have all the money on that car.
But look, he's definitely got that thing wound up, J-Man. The 69 Pennzoil Mustang running away with it, left all the carnage behind. 40 seconds to go. This will be the final lap, I suspect. Aerosmith into 1. Venter just tucked in behind him. Coyle right in behind them. Coyle has been in a really good bit of clean air for most of the race and been able to just drive his own race. 4th position. That's actually the Andrew Turner car out of position. Just tucked in behind him there. Then Super.
Keep it going, Chris. You're all right, mate.
Super in 5th. Paul Field in 6th. 7th, Vaughan Martin. We will watch, though, Chris, as he runs down to the final turn.
Sideways. Bit of a Van Gisbergen-esque final turn.
Absolutely, J-Man. clock is on 0. Runs across the line for the win. Well done. First race. Yeah, first race in the Hardcore Online Gaming 2024 Ta2 V8Rumble Series. Well done, OR Chris Aerosmith.
Yeah. Aerosmith takes second.
Tennis. All right.
And then
Coil.
Great drive from Coil Spring.
Great drive from Coil. Holding a good 4th position there. Super across the line for 5th. Paulfield in 6th. Vaughan Martin. Great recovery from Paulfield. J-Man.
Yep. Martin for 7th. Davison 8th. And Les Wilson for 9th. And then it sees Pete Dawson, what could have been. He was storming back through the field.
He was, J-Man.
Gets back to a P10, and then Vota coming through the final turn, P11. Quite slowly, too, I might add. He is, so he's already classified. So the field is done. So that will be official. Vota 11th, Andrew Turner 12th, Chris Hainsworth 13th, coming around the final lap. And then GB with maybe some techie issues there, potentially an engine or a mechanical failure, still classified in 14th. So a great first race, Dave. I'm very, very impressed by the battles we saw out on track. Obviously, turn 1, I did call it. I did think that it was coming. So, Voda must have needed to finish that lap because I see he has got a DNF for that. So maybe just a little bit of understanding around the parameters of the race finish, because that is going to drop him down, and that potentially will elevate Andrew Turner and Chris Hainsworth up another spot.
I would suspect he'd be on the back row with Jeff Parner, J-Man, and the DNF. So, do you want to have a quick chat with the boys? We've got a very short window between races here, ladies and gents. J-Man.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think what we'll do is we will grab the race winner first, and if we've got time, we'll go down the field. Chris, you got us on comms?
Yep, I'm here.
Mate, you made that look pretty easy. There's plenty of action behind you, but look, went out there and checked out 1:04.3, quickest lap of the race. Bit of a Sunday drive, mate?
Yeah, it was pretty easy. I'm going to have to look at the broadcast to see the action, so I couldn't really see much.
Yeah. No, look, hey, there was plenty behind you. I did call that turn 1 was going to be a little bit of excitement for some, and it certainly shaped up to be that for sure. So, yeah, but nonetheless, mate, good to see you here. You obviously got a busy schedule tonight. Don't know how much we're going to see you. We're going to see you for all 3, or what do we got?
I believe I'll be here for race 2, but I'm going to have to, leave before race 3.
Okay, mate. Well, we do appreciate your time talking to us. Congratulations on that pole and on the race victory, mate. And best luck for the next one, although I don't think you need any luck, mate. I think it's all skill at hand. So well done, and no doubt talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. So that is Chris there. Pretty easy stuff. Come on, boys. He needs some competition. You got to step it up. He is going to be a tough beat this season. However, personally assure you, far as pace, you can get up there and challenge him if you put the time in. So those of you watching, got a spare bit of time on a Saturday night and think you can come out here and maybe give it a go, he's thrown the gauntlet down, and I reckon that's as good a challenge as any.
Definitely, J-Man.
So a little bit of a warm-up. Hey, look, we've got... trying to check my timer here, Davo. Cannot see it right now. So 9 minutes. Currently only running 5. So, look, I'm going to grab Stewie Aerosmith for a quick word, mate, if you're okay.
Let's do that.
So Stewie Aerosmith got engaged in a very, very cool battle with Tinnis Venter for second outright there, but was running third for a few while. Stewie, just had to be patient, mate. What was the key moment of that race?
Hey guys, it was a good race. Honestly, I gave Tinnis that many whacks last weekend of the shakedown that I really wanted to not make any contact. Had one little touch into the turn 1, and then sort of sat back for a bit, and then just waited for an opportunity, and then chucked it down. He gave me heaps of real respectful, so yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, good work, mate. And look, the seas parted. Probably I was expecting your quality to be just a touch better, but nonetheless, there was a bit of bad touching down into turn 1, Stewie, and look, the seas parted, and I guess you got to go to battle with Tinnis there and sort it out on your own, the two of you. You did have Vaughan Martin really breathing down your neck for a little bit there when you got engaged in that battle. He was sort of having a good peak, so I think it was, or no, actually it might have been, yeah, no, I think it was early in the piece. So, but nonetheless, mate, a great opening stint there, and you know, P2, you can only go one better, mate. So the rest is up to you.
I don't think I've got quite enough for that P1 spot. Chris is flying, mate. Look at that time.
Yep. Well, look, I can tell you, inside information, all the viewers now know he's only here for one more. He won't be here for the feature, so keep that one up your belt, mate, and best of luck for the next one, and I'm sure we'll be having a chat again before the night's done.
Hopefully. Thanks, guys.
Cheers, mate. Dewey Aerosmith out of P2. It was a great effort. Got a little bit of time. I think we'll just quickly grab the third place getter out of race 1. Tinnis Venter, you got us on comms.
Good evening, guys.
Hey, mate. Pretty good battle there with Stewie Aerosmith, mate, and pretty clean battle too, I might add. Look, got all the fighting talk out during the shakedowns by the look of it, mate. And you just guys, nice, good, clean battle there tonight.
Yeah, I think we did a good job trying to stay clear of each other. I think that, like you said, the elbows were out on the shakedown. I know we're just, you know, dialing it back a bit, but it was a good race. It was a good race from my perspective.
Look, the car looks a little bit nervous on corner exit. Tinnis, are you looking for something out of that Mustang into race 2?
I don't know if I should be making any changes, but it is a bit nervous, especially coming out of the final corner. I'm not getting the line quite as the way I want it to, but we'll see. I'm happy with the pace. Catching Stewart and Chris is a long shot tonight. Yep. But if I can walk away with the top 5, you know, in every single race of these ones, then I'd be happy.
Yeah, absolutely. No, hey, look, it was very, very entertaining. I thought you did a good job defending for the most part there, and then obviously Stewie just maybe potentially just a little bit more race pace once he cleared you. But mate, get the spanners out. You got a little bit of time. Give it a tune up, and go and take it to these boys for race 2, mate. Best of luck.
Thank you.
So there you go, Tinnis Venter out of P3. Just quickly, just want to get an update. So I've sent the pigeons out, and they've come back with none other than Jeff Barney here. So GB, sorry to drag you up here, mate, but you know, through the successes and the declines, mate, we're going to grab you anyway. Tell us what happened in race 1 there. Did you pop an engine, or what was the story? No, I probably wouldn't want to talk about it either, but look, please the fans, what actually happened, GB? Okay, yeah. You don't want to talk about it. That's okay. I'd probably be the same. Thanks, GB. All the same.
Okay.
Oh dear. You gotta love live television. Anyway.
Yes.
All right. So going
winding. We are winding down to that
5-minute period. I would like to think that this thing's going to get pushed through in about 2 seconds. Potentially. No. I'll send the pigeons back out.
As J-Man sends the pigeons off, release the pigeons, J-Man. Again, we'll thank everybody for joining us here for Hardcore Online Gaming's 2024 Ta2 V8Rumble series, brought to you by MATCHFIT and Nautech. Hit the like and subscribe button and notifications if you guys haven't already. Fire us off a message in the chat box as the boys just wind down. This is the first round of 6 here in the Ta2 V8Rumble series.
Yeah, look, and that was the first one of 3 for the night, Davo.
First race, yes, for 3 tonight.
So,
couple of quick 15-minute races, J-Man, and then a 25-minute main. No pit stops, no malarkey, no mucking around. just get in and drive these brutes and go hard. These look, we've seen how twitchy some of these guys look up, definitely up the pointy end of the field. These guys really got these things on the lateral edge.
Yeah, as we just hear them heading to the grid for race 2.
Yep.
And just to answer a couple of questions, Jaco Venter tuning in there. Good to see you tuning into the stream, mate. We do appreciate it. Look, it's discretionary. There's a race controller out there, and if he deems that one's worthy, he'll call it. However, mustn't have thought that one required one, so hence it was a little bit of just play on. So nothing to say there might not be a competition caution in this race 2 or race 3, but we certainly did not see one in race 1. And Dirk, you're an amazing man. The fact that you're out there pedaling one of these big cars and you've still got time to talk to us, just
in
really
the chat box. Yes, yeah. That's right. So
proves the talent you are, Mr. Phil Davis.
He's pretty good on the keyboard there. J-Man, as the boys roll away.
Yuli going out there, he's got the Jim's mowing contract down pat.
Wow, hasn't he? It's look, the car should have Jim's mowing sponsorship, not Gun Performance.
Yeah, he was just trying to go one step better than Tinnis Venter did in race 1. He saw Tinnis cutting the grass and he thought, mate, I can do it better.
I can do that. So the boys forming up in behind the V8 Rumble safety car as they wind through what is a fairly tight complex of corners through Sector 1, J-Man. Now we saw these guys form up really early for race 1 and the lights go out pretty quickly on the safety car. Looks like it might have gone out already as we just see a few stragglers in the background just getting up to speed.
That was Vota just catching back up on the field. So Vota, Chris Hainsworth, and Maxi there off the back of the grid. So GB starting out of P11 is an interesting call. So that was obviously based on the fact that maybe Vota, or he did actually have a DNF at the back end of that one. But however, nonetheless, GB looking like got probably a better starting position out of those guys.
Absolutely, J-Man, as they trundle down the back straight here for up towards the final corner. Yes.
Tinnis Venter starting out of P2, and I felt like that probably should have been Stu Aerosmith. So a little bit of shuffling on the grid here.
I did see that, yes. So that's interesting to note, J-Man, as we are about to go green once again as the safety car will peel away into the pit lane. Chris, Tinnis Venter, front row, Stu Aerosmith, Coyle, Super, Paul Field, Ward, Martin, we are green for race 2 again. Look at Coyle's jump all over the back of these two. A lot cleaner start. Super with a little bit of contact. Probably brought himself unstuck there a little bit. It's made him vulnerable to Vaughan Martin as well. Oh, that could have got real messy real quick. Very agitated bunch here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coyle on Aerosmith.
Yeah, he was incredibly close. So Chris already checked out. Oh, we've had Andrew Turner go round, I believe, out of turn 4 or 5, I think it was. Yeah, so he's just gathering that car up, just coming to terms with the virtual Ta2 car.
Not good for Turner there. Just coming to grips with the platform and turning that Nautech Mustang around.
Good battle at the top. Good to see Paul Field this time a little bit cleaner off the start thing. A lot of cars running outside the track confines of the final turn. However, they do have around about 12 cuts before they will end up getting a drive through. The severity of them is based on the severity of the cut, so can be more, could be up to 3
they can get pinged
points per cut.
Yeah, get pinged a couple of points depending on the severity. That's exactly right, J-Man. It's like you said, Field showing a bit of boogie here in race 2 in the Dodge all over Coyle. Now look.
Yes, Stewie doesn't look as nearly as comfortable as he did in race 1 and here in race 2, because Tinnis is checking out. He's trying to go with Chris.
Yeah, so it makes me think. I thought Aerosmith's car looked stronger in this final sector here. And going into turn 1, he had a bit of a gap on Coyle, and Coyle had to deal with Fields. But then, you get through that technical stuff, and they're right there again on the back of Aerosmith. So,
Yep.
see how Aerosmith moves away in that final corner? He's really got the line there. Look at Paul Field.
Yeah, he's going to have a run up the inside of Coyle here.
Putting the pressure on Coyle.
Coyle knows he's there. That's
Pinches.
why he left it so wide.
Oh, he pinched the rears. Went in really
Fields he
late.
didn't capitalise on that, mate. That was a great opportunity to just tuck down the inside there and just accelerate hard out, but instead he drifted to the outside.
Oh, a little bit of
got stuck in
contact.
behind him.
A little bit of contact from Field there on Coyle. Fields,
Yeah.
Paul Field backing out of it. It's let Vaughan Martin pass, and Super
Super
now
turned him round.
back into, it's a bit of a melee. Field just stuck in a very awkward position on the track there, J-Man.
Yeah, and
Got
just
beaten up
really,
there
really
a little.
hard to get that car rotated around as well.
Tough stuff.
So that sees those guys go a long way back.
And now Aerosmith up the inside of Venta. Can he make this stick? Oh, and it's a muscle fest. Oh, no. And in the background as well, Vaughan Martin.
Well, got it way wicked up. Way wicked up. These guys not giving the amount of respect to the throttle of these cars that they deserve. I can tell you what, it'll be interesting to see just what these guys are like come race 3, and then certainly round 2, whether they get a handle on the no traction control, no ABS situation, which is the TA2s.
It is the TA2s. It is. That's what makes them so good, J-Man. And yeah, look, we had 2 battles going on there. We had Vaughan Martin. Well, it was basically Tinnis and Stu Aerosmith, second and third, and Coyle and Vaughan Martin, which was 4th and 5th, both duos.
There's Wilson
Making
having a
contact,
big
so,
look
wow.
on Phil Davison, mate. So
Now, where's Dawson in amongst all this? Dawson's
he's up
come
in
out
P5.
P5, and like you mentioned, Wilson starting to hunt down on the back of Davison. Deep,
Oh, it was close.
and then shallow. Wasn't very smooth from Davison. Wilson having a prop there, mid corner there, J-Man. Compromised his run here down the start-finish straight. It's bunching these 3 up. I think that's Jeff Barner just up in front there.
Yeah, and look, Stewie Aerosmith further up the road in P3 is just trying to work that margin back, currently about 1.1, 1.2 seconds off the back of Tinnis Venter. 10 minutes remaining in this race, just under. And look, he just needs to just settle into his groove. He knows the sort of pace he had at the back end of race 1. If there's been no changes to the car, I think that's just a great start from Tinnis. However, I'm under no illusion that he has just slightly tidied the setup on that Mustang up, because pace-wise he looks a lot better. However, pace-wise, Chris out there doing his thing in the front. He is still banking 1 minute 4.4s. Only guy in the 4s at the moment. Or however, Pete Dawson just banked a 4.7. So he's on the move, trying to touch back, keep back in touch with Coyle, which I think he will do inside the next lap and a half.
Look, both running the Dodge, but Dawson clearly quicker in race 1, and yeah, I would suspect it won't be long before he reels in the sister car. Oh, look at the attitude in Dawson's driving there. Really working that tail out of 5.
He can see, mate. 8 and 3/4 minutes to go. That is the podium just up in front of him.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right.
If he can clear Coyle and then latch onto the back of...
He's got a podium position. That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we've seen these guys go to battle. We saw how close a couple of cars got to the back of these guys. So these guys are just going to round up Andrew Turner. They're going to put Andrew Turner a lap down here. Straight away, Tinnis to the inside of the fellow Nautech. Oh, sponsored Mustang there. That was, I tell you what, Tinnis very, very loose. Is going to give Stewie a look down into 2. going to run out of real estate there. But once again, this battle is ignited just based on lapping that Andrew Turner car and then Tinnis getting a little loose. I just wonder whether the back half of this race, the final 8 minutes, whether that Chevrolet looks a little bit better.
Oh, look, I'm just looking at them as a group at the moment because those two Dodgers, they're coming, and they're coming quick at these two.
Yep, and there's still a great battle in the background there with GB, Phil Davison and Les Wilson, and Vaughan Martin's about to tag on to that battle as well. So yeah,
Vaughan Martin, another one of recovering after a little bit of elbows out with, I think it was Coyle there, J-Man.
Pete Dawson here, very, very hungry, very close now. Has a look, shows the nose, Coyle covers down into one. Couple of Mopars. Oh, Pete Dawson, very sideways, picks up the throttle just that touch early and a little heavy. And once again, I can't help but look at Yuli, Les Wilson there on the back of the 16 car of Phil Davison. A lot of respect there going on. But that is a close battle. And Vaughan Martin still just trying to work his way in there, getting perilously close. And he needs to, because he will have that purple people eater in behind him of Fieldsy coming. That Dodge is coming.
Oh, yeah. You know it, J-Man.
Oh, Tinnis very sideways into turn 6 there, Davo.
Yeah,
There's
so
the
again,
drive off the corner,
look at how deep Stu Arrowsmith goes on the entry into the final corner.
Wide.
And look in the background, J-Man.
Surely there's an overlap this time. There is. Can he pull it up? Oh, just in front too is also Pete.
These guys, Coyle not wanting to give that up easily. Yields, finally yields, gives Dawson a little bit of space. Great battle going on there. Those guys will be grinning, J-Man.
Yeah.
So we'll get on, there goes Arrowsmith. Has he made it stick? Looked like he went too deep. There might have been a little bit of contact there.
I tell you what, slowed them both up enough for Pete Dawson to be right in touch with that battle too. So
now
11.4
Pete Dawson already ranging up on
Yeah,
the back of Tinnis, and you watch Tinnis through here. He locked up big time.
So sideways, the car's so loose there. So that shallow line that Pete Dawson just ran there, I talked to a couple of drivers earlier in the week about the importance of that corner, getting the car down shallow and shortening up the distance to the racetrack to make a lap time. I don't know if it's quite working as far as a racing situation, but it's certainly going to help. Oh, that was a big crash.
That was Chris
Hainsworth into the pit wall.
Yeah, so wicking it up out of the right hand, a big overcorrect there. Flicked him across track and into the wall.
Oh, Stewie Arrowsmith hooked turn 1, a little too deep. Sent a big invitation, Christmas card to Tinnis Venter to have another go.
Oh, Tinnis, so close.
And in the meantime, we know the opportunity that presents itself down into this. Oh, Dawson with a little touch on the back of Tinnis there. Re-inspires Coyle into this party. Now 12.2 seconds the margin. Chris over.
And that gives Arrowsmith that little touch there that we saw between Dawson and Venter. That's allowed some breathing space for Arrowsmith as he stretches the legs down into the final corner here. Very awkward corner. Dawson off.
Yep.
Just got the wheels hooked up on the outside there. So easily done. And lets Coyle spring past.
And a big battle in the background too. GB, Phil Davison,
that is
Vaughan
still
Martin,
on, and Vaughan Martin, and now Fields in there. Look at it here, and Martin again fighting that car. Is he going off? I don't know. He has.
Big tank slapper, mate.
Oh
dear. It is.
That's just slotted the Dodge, the purple people eater of Paul Field. He's just taken his place, hasn't he? Look at him there. Who was there before? It was neither of Vaughan Martin. Oh, it was the Nengun car. So Les has dropped back a little bit.
Yeah, Les has dropped back. He had a bit of a moment as well. So But yeah, hey, look, these guys are battling out there. It's going to be interesting to just hear the chit-chat at the end of this one about, you know, the nature of these cars and how hard they are to muscle. And look, these guys are firing everything at them. And I look, at this point, round one, race 2, not a lot of harmony between the driver and the car.
Look at the Davison battle here, J-Man.
Yeah, that's
into the
going
final
off.
corner here. Barner wide. That's for Davison on the inside field.
Oh,
the
no.
run. Oh
In
no,
the wall.
Barner in the wall.
Fieldsy grabs Davison in the process. And so that brings Paul Field up to P7. That may be
Nice
as far
work.
as he gets.
Nice works for Field.
That said, there's multiple cars that have made the pit wall on their own right tonight, so never say never with 2 minutes to go. But the podium is very much looking status quo from race 1, Davo.
Isn't it what? 2 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. There has been fierce battles throughout the field. It's equalised a little bit here as we wind down to the last.
Oh, Max Cat looking for a
Fleeting
move on Vaughan Martin
seconds.
too.
So Max
have got-
is still going right to the end.
2 cars haven't made it to the end, and we have a third input as we speak. So Super, Angie Turner and Chris Hainsworth all retired basically out of this race for one reason or another. Really just trying to get a handle on these cars, and Vaughan Martin's got his hands full with Max Cat at the moment. And once again, Vaughan finds himself very, very wide out of the final turn.
So you're really fighting that car out of the final corner there. We've seen it all night. He's been off track twice out of there, J-Man. That second time he was well down the straight, so he tried to hang on to that thing for some time before eventually looping it up. Probably carrying a little bit of damage. There was contact with the wall. But Vaughan Martin has worked hard tonight. Been up and down through the field. Bit of a seesaw race for him.
How long have we got? Has Pete Dawson
second.
got enough time to grab Pete Dawson? Chris is effectively, Chris is on the final lap. He's coming down 3, 3, 4, 5 as we speak. Tips it into the carousel. Now, Pete Dawson going to need a miracle on this last lap to try and get Coyle, because Coyle has actually had pretty consistent run.
Mate, look, we saw him in race 1, 4th position. Pretty uneventful race for Coyle in race 1. Just sat in a bit of clean air there, and he could really focus on his lap times and just pretty well stayed out of trouble. A very, very vastly different race for him tonight.
Chris fires it sideways out of the final turn once again to come around and take race honours in race 2. So back-to-back race victories here for OR Chris on double duties tonight. Got to go and drive an endurance race tonight, so came out here and gave it his best shot.
Stu Arrowsmith in second, Tinnis
Venter,
third. Coyle, Pete Dawson, all in quick succession. Voda Botta and Paul Field rounding the final corner and across the line. Phil Davis and all these guys very close together. Les Wilson in 9th. Barner rounding the final corner. A little bit of a mishap really late in the race, rounding out the top 10. J-Man and Max Cat down the back end of the track, rounding that final corner.
Yeah, and Vaughan Martin with a DNF there. So once again, these guys just really not grabbing, getting the gist of having to complete that final lap.
Yep.
After the leading car has gone through so far ahead, so he'll cop a DNF there as well. So he'll rue that once he sees that on the replay.
You would suspect so, J-Man.
Yeah, so, hey, but another great race filled with, like the big one for me, once again, probably Fieldsy and Soup. That was a moment. I think also
Oh, there was so much going on.
Pete
J-Man.
Dawson was another one as well.
Dawson, Coyle, Aerosmith, Venter. There's Davison mixed in with Jeff Barner and also Les Wilson and also Paul Field, all getting amongst it. So pretty well, 3/4 of the field.
Yep.
Having
I'll quickly
some-
just grab Chris before he has to bail out of here and just congratulate him on another race victory in case he's got to take off quickly. But Chris, another well-constructed race, mate. Good pace, pretty easy. Do respect the Van Gisbergen style drifts at the end too, mate. Loving that.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were watching that.
Yeah, absolutely,
yeah,
mate.
having a bit
We're
of fun
always
there.
watching. We're like Big Brother. But yeah, no, look, mate, that was great race start, and then Banks good pace early and checked out, mate. Probably walk away from this one tonight and go and do your double duties with an endurance race about to undertake. And you know what? A couple of podiums or a couple of first places probably not going to hurt you that much by missing the feature.
Yeah, I should be all right. Yeah, 9 points. Yeah, 2 wins in a row. So yeah, pretty happy with that. I was happy to at least show up at all.
Yeah, no, appreciate it, mate. And look, I've thrown the challenge out. I've sort of said to any of the viewers out there that, think that they can, come and put themselves against the measuring stick, come and have a go. See if you can come and beat OR Chris, because he has got some pace. But look, we do appreciate you turning up, mate, and congratulations on that one. And all the best for tonight too with your other endeavours. I'm sure you'll go well.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. So there you have it.
Race winner for both the initial 15-minute races here at Hardcore Online Gaming's 2024 Ta2 V8 Rumble Series. J-Man, what a legend, and super freaking quick, I tell ya.
Very quick, very quick. Now, I'm going to grab Stewie and just sort of talk to him. There, you got us on comms, Stewie.
Hey.
Mate, look, the end result was the same, but slightly different start to the race of that one there. And Tinnis sort of made a bit of margin, and then you got in a bit of a battle there, mate. Pretty interesting start of the race for you.
Yeah. It takes for me anyway. It takes me a couple of laps sort of just to get my eye in and get that rhythm down. But I closed the gap on him and had a little go. I think it was the last turn. I could break way later than him. So he's obviously struggling a little bit with the last turn, but I sent it down there, and I think I might have pinched a wheel. We made a contact, and then I gassed it up and went off the track a bit. But I managed to get it done at the inner loop.
Yeah, actually did see that nice opportunity, just floating the car out to the left when he went on the high line to cut back down, and you just took the rights away. I thought it was a beautiful constructed move, and not so much on the exit of the other one, mate. I did see lots of excitement out there from the drivers, including yourself, just picking up that right-hand pedal just a little too early at times, you boys. Just
It doesn't take much.
You're just working out. There's a bit of an internal battle going on of respect between you and Machine there, but hey, nonetheless, you're back-to-back a couple of seconds already. Looking like Chris is about to check out and go and do double duties in an enduro. So, look, you got an opportunity coming forward in this 25-minute feature. You think you can grab it with both hands?
I'd like to say yes, but there's a black sheep that you guys have probably noticed. Pete Dawson turned up here tonight, and he's been absolutely flying. Apart from OR Chris, who's in a different league of his own, my eyes will be in the rear vision mirror of Dawson. I think he's got my measure tonight.
Yeah,
Yep.
well, look, I tend to agree, Stewie. I think he's got that Dodge well dialed in, and I think he might have both Tinnis and your Chevy's measure if he can stay close enough. But he's been caught up with a little bit of shenanigans in the background so far.
Yeah, no pressure, Stewie, but there's an opportunity here to go 2,
There is a
2,
little pressure.
1 and take the round honours and walk out of here tonight leading the series. So no pressure, mate. It's
Not feeling anything.
yeah. So hey, look, all the best out there, mate. I'm sure nothing will go wrong, and you'll be fine. So enjoy it, mate. Enjoy it, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys.
Nice work, Stu. Stu Smith, everyone.
Yeah.
Our class, I definitely got that Chevy the rubber band in that Chevy wound very tight tonight, J-Man, and he's been a little bit of a thorn in Tennis's side the whole night. But yeah, look.
Yeah, speaking of tennis,
this is the race though, the 25-minute main coming up. That
yeah. So speaking of tennis, we've got him here, and just want to talk to him about the start of that race. Tennis looked a whole lot better. Looked a whole lot better for a good portion of it. You actually made a little bit of a margin on Stewie. Talk to us about where that went right, where that went wrong.
I don't know what to say. I figured if I get a good start out of the line, I would be able to be ahead of Stewart again for the second race. Hoping that this time I would be able to fend him off, and I did a pretty good job, but then he just snuck up on the inside of the hairpin. He's able to pull a car up so much later than I can. So yeah, well done to him. I didn't expect that one.
So what you're saying is we're calling for a brake sponsor for round 2. We need somebody, Brembo, somebody can come on board for tennis and maybe help him out there. And yeah, because everything else looked good, mate. I thought you did throw the spanners at the thing and tune it up, because I mentioned to Dave at the start of that race, I said, look, that Mustang looks a whole lot different.
It did.
He's managed to check out, and almost thought you were sort of trying to bridge that margin up to OR Chris. I know that's a big hurdle, but it looked promising at the start of that one, so it's trending in the right direction, and no real bad incidents that I've seen from you, because I tell you what, once you see the stream back tennis, you'll see there's plenty of right foot disrespect going on between driver and machine out there. These guys are really just struggling to try and work out how much power and how much grip these things have got, which we'd expect in round 1, but nonetheless, you've gone 3-3. OR Chris is no longer here. Great opportunity coming, mate.
Well, we'll see what we can do. I'm not expecting any miracles. I mean, you can only change so much between races on your setup without breaking the thing. So I'm just just relaxed, chilled. What happens, and take it from there. So.
Very good. All the best in the next one, mate. Look, if history's anything to go by, there's likely going to be the last 2 guys we've talked to potentially talking again. However, as Stewie mentioned, there's a couple of dark horses in this race that haven't really featured yet, and I think Pete Dawson and Paul Field are one of them that may join the party here for race 3.
Yeah, so I would watch out for Pete. He's been fast all week on this track. He's been fast all night, very fast all night. I was actually a bit bummed when he crashed out in race 1. But if he's going to come up behind me, he's definitely going to drive by me. He's got a lot of pace. I'm not going to let him. I'm going to fight him obviously as much as I can. But he's definitely good. So it can go either Stewart, Pete, myself, or even Paul. So I think it's going to be a good one. So let's wait and see.
Yeah, look, looks like we've lost a couple for the final one. We may have lost Andrew. He certainly working through his baptism of fire out there tonight at Manfeild and these things. So not an easy place to pedal these ones first round up. However, it is good to see everybody out there. So all the best of the next one, Tennis, and mate, no doubt we'll be talking to you soon.
Thank you very much, guys.
Tennis Venter, ladies and gentlemen, we have just wrapped up the first couple of 15-minute quickfire races here for Hardcore Online Gaming's 2024 Ta2 V8Rumble series, brought to you by MATCHFIT Entertainment and Nautech. J-Man, cracking races, the usual suspects up the top, and a bit of biff and barge throughout the field. But yeah, some cracking battles going on in that second race as we lead up to the 25-minute main.
Yeah, 100%. And this one's going to be, like if the tyres were falling off these things after those 15s, it'd be interesting to see what they're like for the last 5 minutes of this feature. And I suspect that will be something that is a factor and will be a factor. So really looking forward to this feature and seeing how this one plays out. And Yeah, and who's got what at the end, because we've seen how good Stu Arrowsmith is at the back end, so I expect him to be strong. However, Pete Dawson, we've heard it there, the dark horse. Can he make this podium? Can he go all the way? I think he can.
Yeah, well, look, after those couple of post-race interviews there, J-Man, there's a couple of guys that are sweating. They know he's coming. They know how quick he is. And although he didn't feature close to, the likes of Venter and Aerosmith, they know how quick that car is if it's in the right position. So, respect where respect's due.
I'm going to get a little bit of a spontaneous, if it will work. I'm not sure whether he
Chuck
can
it out there. We love it.
unmute his mic. But Chris Hainsworth, can you unmute your mic and give us a couple of quick words, mate, if you will? You've got your live.
Hey, mate.
Hey, mate. Hey, look, I just want a little bit of insight, Chris. Obviously, late to the grid tonight. Obviously, this will be an absolute blur to you when you get to the end of this 25-minute feature, I'm sure. But give us an insight, mate. What's your thoughts of these Ta2 big muscle cars?
Oh, mate, it's been an eye-opening experience, that's for sure. This is my first time doing there's some racing in a semi-professional way, and first time doing R Factor 2 as well. So yeah, these are a bit of a learning curve that I'm going through at the moment, but we're getting there.
Yeah, and tell us, mate, with what you've done already, obviously got a 25-minute feature coming up, Chris. Everything that you've seen and done so far, you're going to be back for more next week?
Yeah, we'll have to see how we go. I'm actually I'm trying to get my brother's system going up and running as well. So it'd be good to have a game with him, and yeah, we'll see how we go.
Yeah, awesome, Chris. I appreciate the time you've taken to have a chat with us, mate. And no doubt I'll be talking with yourself and Tim tomorrow or later tonight, mate, to try and rectify those issues. But, mate, you're doing a great job out there. Eyes forward. Keep it going, mate. And, look, appreciate the support.
Lovely. Thank you, my friend.
Cheers. So there you go. Chris Hainsworth there.
Get Vaughnie up here.
Okay, well, grab
Come
Vaughan.
on.
How long we got?
Oh, no, we ran out of time.
We've run out of time. Oh, we've run out of time. So
Sorry, Vaughan. Sorry,
mate. So, but yeah, did a little bit of work in behind the scenes today to try and get Chris and his brother Tim in there. Obviously, Chris made it. Timmy didn't. They will be revved up for this, I'm sure, to press on. And, such as this V8 Ta2 Rumble series, I think it's worthy of a go. Sure.
Absolutely, Dave.
So there you have it. The grid is now set in accordance, I think, to relatively what we saw at the back of the last one. Stu Arrowsmith takes pole, Tinnis Venter on the front row with him, Coyle on the inside of row 2 with Pete Dawson, a much stronger commanding position at the start of this one. Vote to both.
Oh, look, just watch these two go at it. Venter and Arrowsmith, J-Man, and I think the battle on the second row will be equally as exciting with the two Dodgers there of Coyle and it was Dawson as well. Obviously, everybody's been gifted a little bit of a position change there. We've got Vota and Paul Field rounding out the third row, Davison and Wilson. Fourth row, Barner and MaxCat. Fifth row, then it's Hainsworth, Martin and Super rounding out the 13. J-Man.
Oh, you don't think Super from 13's going to be fired up for this one, mate? I tell you.
Yeah, after a DNF in that second race there.
Yeah, be looking for redemption here. I don't think I'd want to be Martin or Hainsworth at the start of this one because he's not going to muck around, I don't think. He's got a bit of pace on that car and probably more pace than patience. So hopefully he can get through there cleanly. So they roll down here. 80Ks just seems like an absolute crawl to these 522 horsepower muscle cars.
It does, J-Man, as they roll through turn 6 here and onto the back straight. Cracking couple of quick fire races to kick round 1 off here tonight for Hardcore Online Gaming's 2024 Ta2 V8 Rumble Series. Brought to you by MATCHFIT Entertainment and Nautech. A little bit of tyre warming going on.
Yeah, Coil
from the likes of Coil as they roll into the final corner, J-Man. This is race 3, round 1. The 25-minute main. Lights are out on the safety car as it peels off into the pits. We're going to go green any moment here. First of 6 rounds. Venta v. Aerosmith. Dawson v. And again, Coil with a cracking start.
Yeah, look, it's a
nowhere to go.
Line. Oh, Venta.
Oh, Venta. Oh, puts himself out.
With him.
Oh, no. Again.
Goes from bad to worse for Pete Dawson tonight. He just cannot pull a trick here. And look at Super start. Super already up into P7 in behind
Vaughn Martin. He's actually just snuck past. Oh, hang on. I might be on the wrong guy.
Yeah, Soup's going backwards. He's still on.
Yeah,
the grass.
So yeah, he was tangled up with Martin there, out of the hairpin, J-Man. Fields into 4th, putting pressure on Vodabotta already.
Yeah,
lap 1.
Cool, trying to go with Stewie here.
Coil showing some good pace in the first 2 races here tonight in round 1 here at Manfeild.
Pete Dawson looking for an inside move down into turn 1 on Maxi Cat. So
immediately
thinks better off of it, gets out of it.
It's 25 minutes here. Dawson really needs to keep a level head here, doesn't he? And just try and get that car up another couple of positions, and then things will get possibly a little bit easier. He's got a few in front of him there that he would want to dispatch pretty quickly. Max Cat, Jeff Barner and Phil Davison.
Yep,
But Coil, like I mentioned, trying to go with Aerosmith, J-Man, as they rip out of 6 and down the back straight.
Who's that down the inside? Is that Pete Dawson? It's Pete Dawson on Max Cat. Still can't get it done. He's working him over, Davo.
Here we go, watch this. Into 6, into 7, should I say? No, Dawson really trying to give Max a space. Max, cool as a cucumber. Just
Vaughn
deals with it.
Behind.
That's bunts the boys up behind. That's a great battle going on there, J-Man. What have we got going up at the front there? Just keep an eye on that.
Yep, it's status quo up there. Stewie's just holding a little margin over Voda at the moment, and then there's about the same distance there. Stewie over Coil, sorry, and then Voda's about the same back, but the car coming would definitely be Paul Field, and then Phil Davison in another strong position at the start of this one, but I just can't take my eyes off the Max Cat. Pete Dawson, Vaughn Martin loses it.
Again,
out of 10.5, just too heavy on the loud pedal.
Rips the pedal again.
And he's going to succumb to a covering Tinnis Venta, who just got it all sorts of out of shape, out of turn 1.
Oh, here we go, Dawson now, J-Man.
Yep.
Got the overlap on Max into the final corner.
Maxie did a good job there to hold it very, very deep. It's going to come off this corner probably pretty good.
Yeah, nice late break there for Max Cat as well.
Yep.
J-Man really did it. Although he opened the door, still didn't make it easy.
Oh, I just picked up one shot there. Paul Field pushing very, very hard. The car was very loose out of 1 into 2. Lucky to gather it up.
So doing himself no favours with that though, is there, J-Man?
Not with a 25-minute race. He's just going to have to try and protect the rear tyres on these cars. So Vota starting to make, I think, inroads into Coil, and Coil making inroads into Stewie. So Stewie, maybe a bit of a smart play here, not overdriving this car early in the piece. I think he's just pacing this here, looking for a little bit of tire life at the back end.
It would be a smart move, wouldn't it? Like, really, you know, in the 25-minute main here, final race for the night, the long one, and so as we thought, maybe a slightly different strategy going into this race, J-Man, with Aerosmith just off the pace a little bit, just managing that gap.
He is, and right behind him, Coyle just banking the fastest lap of the race on a 5.2, and we know that Chevy up in front's got the ability to punch a good number like that, but I just don't think he is. But he's got to be careful that he doesn't back up too much into Coyle here and become vulnerable to a little bit of a late braking move or something like that that ends up in contact. So I think the margin at 5.533, I think it's too close. I think he needs to make a little bit of margin here.
Yeah.
Keep it around the 1 second and then manage.
So Dawson now around Barner. So he's dispatched those first couple of guys. He still has Davis, and I think he really would want to be in front of Davis. And
he's got a lot of work ahead, still with just under 20 minutes to go on this race, so still a lot of work ahead though.
And like you mentioned, J-Man, Aerosmith, probably would be a bit more comfortable with a bit more gap there, as we see a very hungry Coyle.
Yeah.
Very agitated out of the final corner, get a good run on the Chevy down into the straight, and again very close, little pinch of the front wheel there from Coyle.
See, it's that sort of stuff. He's in the danger zone. He's leaving himself vulnerable to Coyle making a mistake and actually tagging the back of him and rotating him. And I tell you what, all of a sudden, Vota
right there,
his eyes will light up and he'll be like, I'm going to the front.
Yep.
So,
and then just look in the background there, that is the Purple People Eater of Paul Field.
Super with a DNF.
Oh no.
Super's retired that car. So the big question's coming out of round 1. Just Coyle still really, really pushing the envelope on this car. I'll tell you what, I like the opportunity for Voda to be a shot here for a podium, because even if he gets past Coyle, I think Fieldsy's coming. Fieldsy's definitely... Fieldsy
runs deep and out and wide. On the grass.
Absolutely cooked the entry to 1.
Is that going to put him vulnerable to Davison? No.
And
but not
what,
ideal.
Pete Dawson's bridged that gap massively, and in a hurry too.
Mate, this thing is quick tonight, and should have been, I think, one of the, quite potentially the top 3 cars so far tonight. But you're running into trouble, and again in race 3 here, J-Man, just getting tagged again. Wrong place, wrong time for Dawson. Getting tagged into 1 on lap 1 there, but look at this.
Pulls to the inside. This thing's got some serious straight line speed, the Dodge.
And just the way it gets off the corner.
This move. He likes this inside into the final turn. We saw him do this before. It was the same move that he pulled, I think, on Max Cat. So a great move. Stewie Aerosmith, I believe. Sorry, mate. Stewie Aerosmith has responded to the Coyle charge. Coyle's now backed up into Vota and got his hands full for that. And maybe that's what Stewie was trying to do. Maybe Stewie was trying to back him up into Vota and say, right, there's a fight.
Quite possibly, that's right.
Because the lap pace, the last lap round was a 105.6.
Oh, it's Vota. Gets very close.
105.5, so he hasn't actually changed his race pace. He just backed him up into there and said, look, you guys fight, and I'll just carry on looking after my tyres.
Yeah. As Coyle pinches the front right this time. We've seen that thing just pinching the fronts there a little bit a few times in race 3 here. J-Man, Coyle clearly pushing hard, as we just see Smith just rounding up. I think that's Chris Hemsworth there.
Yeah, Chris Hainsworth just absolutely just gets out of the way of those boys. Carry on. I'll just stay here for a minute, do my thing, stay out of the way. I think smart play. He's just coming to terms with this car and this series, so he'll be better for it by this time next week. Stewie just did a great job there. Pete Dawson, You want to watch that margin. Dawson to Paul Field. Current split there is 2.5 seconds. So I've quoted that number to you. I'll come back to you in about 2 laps time and let you know how it is. So it was 2.5. We'll check in on that in a couple of laps, Davo. Oh, and Vaughan, so close.
Oh, and Vaughan Martin and Tina Spenter both rounding up Max Cat through 5, and they're at it side by side through 6. And then through the final corner here, now Jeff Barner up in front there and a little bit of clear air, but I suspect not for long, J-Man.
No, Yuli with the move on the inside too of Maxi.
On Max as well, oh, yes. So, nice work.
Yeah, nice clean move. Just had the overlap out of the final turn and then down to 1, gets the job done. Vaughan doing a great job defending Tennis here. Remember, we talked to Tennis about the opportunity that would present itself in this race to maybe head to the top and go for the overall. As with Stewie, Stewie's grabbed it with both arms. I think it was a smart play looking after the tyre early. Still just over 14 minutes to go in this race. There's still plenty to ask from this rear tyre. And Coyle's still got Vota right on the back of him, mate. That is not going anywhere anytime soon. However, both of them doing a great job pace-wise. Both of them round on mid-6s that time round. Fieldsy through with a 5.9, and Pete Dawson, as the man on the move, comes through with a 4.9 to take the fastest out of the race. So he is not saving any rubber at all. He is absolutely into it.
And you can see him actually in the background. I think of shot here. You can see Paul Field's car, and I'm pretty sure that is Pete Dawson's car, as we can see there clearly now on screen, tucked up and heading towards Paul Field. So
2.5, it's now a second.
Mate, there's still over 13 minutes to go here, J-Man. Like, yep. I can see Coyle and Vota and Fields all getting a bit of Pete Dawson pressure and temperature before the end of this race.
Well, I'm just not entirely convinced that Coyle's tyres can hang on for this long. And look, Vota's been attacking him for the last 3 laps. So his will be much the same. Both of them running through that time around. For 106.4s, again 106.3s, once again 105.8, 105.2 for Pete Dawson. So good 3/4 of a second each lap in the favour of the Field Dawson
and look at
combination
Dawson now.
coming through.
Look how quick he caught Fields. Like literally 1 lap, and you can see Vota there. Lots of pressure.
Yep.
From Vota on the back of Coyle's car. Vota again.
Oh, that's going to leave him vulnerable down into turn 6 here from Fieldsy. They'll just get him so close, although Dawson having a look up the inside already as well. So, Dewey running away with this one. I have got my eye as well on the back on Tennis Venter and Jeff Barnier as well, because that's heating up. So, obviously, Tennis, after clearing Les Wilson and Vaughan Martin, has made his way forward.
Yeah, well, Vaughan was going with there, so I don't know why Vaughan's just sort of dropped off that push forward. He was following.
Oh, Dawson to the inside. Can he outbrake Full Field? No, he thinks better of it. Pulls out.
Still over 10 minutes to go, J-Man.
Fieldsy
goes deep. Now, we saw him actually get off track earlier in the race a few laps ago. Starting to feel the pressure.
Yeah, look,
again, wide.
Really unconventional lines there.
Oh, look, there he goes. All out of sync there, J-Man.
Yeah, just the pressure. And that releases Dawson to go and chase down Vota, which will be for a podium.
Releases the Dawson.
Release the Dawson, mate. And, oh, look, Vota's so good out of that turn 6, mate. He is right up on the rear quarter panel.
Fast, yep. But Coyle really does have his measure, doesn't he? Keeping it super smooth, J-Man, really quick through this final corner here. Vota with a big handful opposite lock, big flick. Right at the end there. slowed his attack again as they drop into one.
Yeah, he's right on him. And hey, look, the longer this goes on, the better it gets for Pete Dawson.
Yeah.
If these guys get any sort of side-by-side going on,
it'll be right there. And look, even without it, look at Dawson already. He's halfway between Paul Field and these boys, already showing the gain. Aerosmith just thinking, well, you guys just keep fighting it out amongst yourself. I'm out of
10
here.
minutes remaining. Still a long time, 10 minutes. A lot of racing to happen inside that time. Tinnis Venter, now he is past GB. He's got around about 6.3 seconds up the road before he actually makes it to Phil Davidson. So that's quite a big step.
Oh, Coyle pinches the brakes into 7 again. Voda very close this time, but still Coyle with the run out of that corner. Under wheel, no wheel thread into 1.
Oh, super close.
That is extremely close, J-Man.
Yep.
And that is just beating Dawson, isn't it? Look at how close he is there now.
He was 1.8 seconds last time I looked. Now he's 1.4.
Oh, he's right there.
The longer this goes on, the better it gets.
You don't have to call the times, J-Man. It is a very
right
much visual. And Voda will now be focusing on those mirrors rather than the back of Coyle's car, I would suspect, J-Man. As we can see him already eased off the back of the Dodge in front.
Yes, I don't think Dawson's going to get it done on Voda here out of turn 6 because he's
not
so
this
good.
time.
Not any time. He's
okay,
He's too good there. He's too good there. Basically.
But maybe into 1 here because I don't think Voda gets off there so well.
It's out of 7 or it's into 4 where he put the move on Fieldsy. Obviously Fieldsy ran off, but he's super good at the hairpin at 5. So expect him to be close here and put pressure on coming up to turn 5, the hairpin. He'll just put a lot of pressure on Voda here and he'll look for an over-under. He'll look for the drive out between 5 and 6, sorry. So he's close now, driving the car very straight. He's going to go for the high line. Oh, and there's contact. He needs to just drive around this. Drive around it. So that was contact between Coyle and Voda. Now it's Voda and Fieldsy. Now, Phil Davison's eyes are wide open like dinner plates.
Okay, so
he's just grabbed Coyle.
So Dawson finally manages to escape somebody else's carnage and get through there. Fieldsy not so lucky. I think he did actually tag the back of Coyle's Dodge on the way through. Maybe carrying it.
He drove straight into the back of Voda's car, mate.
Oh, it was Voda's car. Sorry, it was too.
Hey, but Stuart Aerosmith out there doing his thing. Just circulating last lap round at a 5.7. Be interested to talk to Stewie shortly, which I clearly think we're going to get the opportunity.
Oh, definitely.
He's got a handle on this, having an 8.6 second lead, but I think he's just gone and driven this car to a number all race, and it's around about mid-5s, and I think it's a smart play.
Yeah.
You know, this is the first time we've come out here in a full race format, done a couple of 15s and a 25, so maybe a little bit of practice in the background, just seeing Stewie get this all sorts of right. Ford Martin, I don't know what happened to Ford Martin, but look, even the last lap round, a 1 minute 18.1. So that car, not happy. So struggling a little bit here. Loves the cars, loves the series.
Manfeild, tough opening gig tonight, J-Man, for these boys. Fairly technical circuit, although, like we mentioned right from the top of the stream here, there is good passing opportunities. We've been seeing some great battles across the night already. There's a little over 5 minutes to go here in this 25-minute main. Paul Fields, currently running in 3rd position. Voda right behind him, 5 minutes to go. Well, it does. Voda loops it!
Oh, it's unforced.
Commentator's good.
It's going to
Davison.
see Phil Davison come up and maybe get the overlap here, potentially. And who's that in the background? That is that Tinnis Venter and Coyle going to battle now? So that'll be a spirited fight to the end. The O2 car and the 707 car will certainly trade some track space. Pete Dawson's taken a good second out of Stewie Aerosmith, but as is Stewie's race has been all of this race 3, I think he's just in full management mode. Who's that we got down on the infield out of 5? It was Chris Hainsworth there. So who that we got now? Is it Phil Davison and Vota Bota going to battle there? Is it? Yes, and look like Tinnis Venter with a good move just down the inside of Coyle there.
So yeah, finally gets Coyle. I think Coyle just maybe a little bit out of rhythm through that final little complex, that little flip-flop section there, J-Man.
Yep.
Tinnis had plenty of pressure on him. Sneaks on past.
Yeah, so Dawson out there just banged in a 1:04.8. So, albeit the gap's a big gap, 6.8 seconds now. Taking
Coyle rolling to a stop, J-Man, on the start-finish straight.
Bit of a fuel issue.
I wonder.
Yeah,
I
think that's fuel. By the look of it.
So out in front, like we thought, Stu Aerosmith led this race start to finish, J-Man. Few minutes left to go here. Race 3, round 1, Manfeild in the Hardcore Online Gaming 2024 Ta2 V8Rumble series, brought to you by MATCHFIT Entertainment and Nautech. Pete Dawson, the Black Sheep. Well, I know a few of the boys were worried about this car, and finally, look, he even did get tangled up earlier in this race. Managed to drag this thing back into second position. Shows you the pace that he's got in that Dodge, J-Man. Paul Field, another that really hasn't had a moment to shine yet tonight, but here we are at the end of the 25-minute main, and Paul Field running in that top 3 and looking like wrapping up a podium position here. Phil Davison in 4th.
Yeah, good stop from Phil Davison.
Absolutely. Tinnis Venter 5th. Rhoda Bunner in 6th. Jeff Bunner in 6th. Les Wilson, good mate. Chasing Jeff down there in the net gun performance. Chevy in 8th. Max Katz in 9th. And Vaughan Martin really struggling to get a handle on that car tonight with some massive offs. J-Man running in the top 10. Coyle Sprigg, Chris Hainsworth and Super with a DNF rounding out the 3rd. As we wind down.
And I wonder whether Coyle just run out of gas there and just decided to park it and see if he can be classified for the end of this one.
Well, he will be disappointed if that's what he thinks is going to happen, J-Man, as we've seen from a few of the boys just rolling into the pits early there and not coming across the line. So as we see Hainsworth across track, nearly taken out in again.
Oh, just in front of Pete Dawson too. Pete Dawson manages to avoid that. The yellow flags are waving. Fields, you'll be aware of that because he's the next guy that's going to turn up.
Okay, so that's That's oh, mate.
He's like, Jesus calls parked on the inside. Hainsworth recovering on the outside. He'll just want to get this thing finished. Only got a little bit of time left.
One more lap to go.
One.
So interesting.
Look at the difference.
Situation
Look at the margin
there.
that Pete Dawson's made on
Aerosmith. Yep.
But once again, like I said, it'd be interesting to talk to Stewie. Was it all about management? Looking after the tyre.
Paul Field now with, that's Hainsworth again, off in the background behind Fields.
Yep.
Struggling with Phil Davison in 4th position as we watch Stu Aerosmith come across the line to take the win.
Yeah,
in race
victory.
3, Pete Dawson in 2nd and Paul Field for race 3, round 1 at Manfeild here.
Good stuff. Great racing.
Awesome stuff. Hardcore Online Gaming 2024 Ta2 V8Rumble Series, guys. Get involved. Brought to you by MATCHFIT Entertainment and Nautech. Phil Davison, 4th position. Vodabotta, Jeff Barter, Les Wilson. Venter.
Venter must have went backwards for some reason.
Max Cat rounding the final corner, J-Man. Vaughan Martin also rounding the final corner. Core Spring and Hainsworth, and also Super, I think, having issues throughout the race as the boys get into some shenanigans. Wow, J-Man.
Good stuff, mate.
What
absolutely.
a cracker.
Yeah. Oh, whose is that? Vaughan Martin's car rolling down the pit straight. It's on its roof. Spectacular.
That's pretty well been his night, I think.
Yeah, it has been his night. So we'll grab Paul Fields. Fieldsy, you got us on comms?
Oh, yeah, that you have, mate. How you going, guys?
Good, mate. Hey, look, it took you all night to go there, to get there. You had good car pace, but got just caught up in multiple events throughout the night, mate. It was just an up and down sort of night, but a great race 3, Fieldsy, to come back for a 3rd position.
Oh, I was sporting an injury. I'm not feeling real good, I can tell you right now.
It didn't look
buggered.
It didn't look like it. Didn't look like it in that last race there, mate. You did a fantastic job. So well done.
Yeah, no, thanks, guys. It was yeah, I was hurting, I can tell you.
Yeah, look, hey, quickest lap around that one there for you was a 5.2. So look,
yeah,
plenty of pace out there for the last one, and look, a good battle, but you certainly earned it, mate. Like, there's some solid driving tonight. Saw you coming back through the field multiple times.
Yeah.
But hey, look, to come back and finish on the podium, that's got to be satisfying, given you know how up and down the night was.
Oh yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah, that was a good finish. I'm really happy about that.
Well done, Paul Fields. Fieldsy, very well done. Very well constructed series. We appreciate the support from yourself and Hardcore on this one, mate. It's going to be an absolute ripper, and looking forward to Morgan Park next week, mate.
Yep. Morgan Park, that'll be good. And yeah, thanks, guys. Great job, and we'll certainly see you all next week.
Awesome.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Paul Field, everyone.
Field. All right. So next cab off the rank, and man, I've been wanting to talk to this guy all night, but for multiple different reasons, we just haven't had a chat to him. I believe outside of OR Chris through race 1 and race 2, this was the second quickest car all night. We just didn't get to see it. Pete Dawson, you got us on comms?
Yeah, I can hear you there.
Mate, we finally got to see the pace of the car really get unleashed in that race 3, mate. You were very, very quick all night, but just got caught up in unfortunate shit, should I say, at times.
Pretty well.
We just didn't get to see the full potential, but you backed it up that one, and mate, you were coming at Dewey Aerosmith at the back end. Did see you bank a 1 minute 4.890 at the back end, so at no point did you give up, Pete.
No, I was hanging out for the competition caution, but it never came.
No, I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that. That would have been probably all 3 times tonight would have been in your favour had it come out, because you had so much car pace. So, mate, just talk to us about these TA2s and your background with them, how much time you've had in them. Is it only what we've just seen there, and you obviously like the car, yeah?
Yeah, it seems to agree with me, I guess. But we had a little mini series on Rainlight Racing with the AC Ta2s.
Yep.
They were a little bit harder to drive, I think. Not so good as these, and enjoying this series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd agree with you, mate. I think they are an absolute gem of a car. The track probably was a track that was asking a little bit too much at round one from some of the drivers because there was plenty of unforced errors, but not yourself, mate. You certainly look well comfortable out there tonight.
Yeah. Well, the unforced errors I did make was just trying too hard to get back to the front. You know, like if I was up there, I'd probably be a bit more settled. So sorry for anyone that I bumped into on the way, but I try to be clean.
And look, Craig tells us he's given you a license to run a red car this season. We would have thought we'd have seen something white and grey or white and gold or something out there, Pete. But look, you've been given a free license, mate, and you've taken it with both hands.
I was really tempted to go white, you know, but you know, got to make a change sometime.
It's good stuff, mate.
Hey, look, you still always end up somewhere thereabouts for myself and Davo, mate. It doesn't matter where we call you. It seems to be you end up being part of the attention. So well done again tonight, mate. Look, you come good in the back end there, P2. Nonetheless, it was still a great round for you and a great points haul at the back end in that feature. So well done, Pete.
Cool. Thanks very much, guys. See you later.
Cheers.
Thanks, Peter. Pete Dawson, everyone, and last but definitely not least.
No, grabbed a hold of the opportunity, tried to actually just bloody fire all the jinxes at him in the previous Hotbox commentary, and he didn't fall for it at all. It was all meat and drink out there in race 3. Stewie Aerosmith, you got us on comms.
Yeah, hi guys.
Mate, first and foremost, congratulations on that one. That was, I'm going to say, well managed, because correct me if I'm wrong, but did you go out there at the start of that one and absolutely manage that tyre and almost coil back into Vota?
Oh, I mean, it could be a thing to do.
Yeah. Look,
Maybe.
when someone of your capabilities is just sitting there running 5.5s at the start of the race, and I'm thinking, I think this is a smart play, but the consistency of management was very impressive, Stu, because we could see what you're doing, and it obviously paid off as far as the margin. You could see Pete Dawson coming at the back end, but you'd already built an 8.8 second gap. How was the tyre at the back end?
It was good. You guys nailed it. I was trying to save the tyre, waiting for that orange Dodge to appear in my rear vision mirror, and then I'd have something left. But I managed to just sort of control it. So that by the time he got through the field, I could just bring it home. Nearly kind of got taken out on the second to last lap down the main straight.
Was that the Hainsworth car?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was an out of fuel Dodge parked as well, so I had to thread my way through it.
Yeah, look, it was a battle of attrition out there.
It looked a bit sketchy actually. We've seen you guys ripping through. There was a little bit of a chicane all of a sudden on the start-finish straight. So
yeah, it was a code brown chicane.
Ooh, yeah, I saw both you and Dawson just sort of slipped through there unscathed, thankfully. So
now, look, were you at any point during that third race wondering and praying for not a competition caution, Stewie? Did it come across your mind at all?
It did, honestly. When Venter had his little turnaround at the very start, partly wanted to save my tyres like I touched on in case Dawson came through. But I was also thinking that if they call a competition caution, then everything's going to be boxed up. I'm going to need some good rubbers to go again.
Yeah, 100%. Look, it didn't happen, and look, you know, it's a debatable scenario. Personally, the amount of times that the drivers went backwards and then forwards again tonight, you could argue that it probably wasn't required because it sort of shook itself out anyway. Guys came back and then dropped back again and so forth, but a lot of it due to their own error. But no such disluck for yourself, mate. You just went out there and managed that one to a bloody tee, and gonna walk away with what is, by my calculations, potentially the series lead coming out of round 1, mate. would have you picked that at the start of this one?
Oh, no way, mate. No, there's a bunch of guys that have been going a lot quicker than me in the practice. I don't know. I'm one of those guys. I'd rather focus on what I'm going to do in the race than how fast I can go into a practice or quali. Just trying to keep it clean and not, just minimise those mistakes, because you would have seen it tonight. You just touched on it. The slightest bit of throttle or late brake, and you're going off into the sand.
Yeah, well, look, mate, truly impressive, and I'm just gonna, just before we part, I'm just gonna touch on it again. To be round one, the first 25 feature that we've seen in official standings so far. Obviously, we've had the shakedowns and done different stuff. However, I think the way that you managed that first official feature was very impressive. To go out there, and I questioned it, Stewie, at the start. I thought you were probably popped yourself in the danger zone with Coyle.
Yeah, we were watching. We were
nearly
watching.
tagging you a couple of times, but I thought, outside of that, kudos to the management of that race, because that's the sort of stuff that we would expect to see half or 3/4 way through a season, with the hindsight of knowing what the tyre does. So the fact that you've gone out on intuition and done that yourself, mate, is a great job, and so congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I'll take that all day.
Yeah, awesome. That is Stewie Arrowsmith out of P1 for race 3, the feature, and I think by my calculation gets round honours. Stewie, have a good one. We will talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Nice work, Stu Arrowsmith, J-Man.
Yep. Bloody impressive. Very, very cool racing out there tonight. I hope the viewers enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Davo, did you enjoy it?
Plenty of action going on. These guys just never failed to deliver. We've had a few shakedowns leading up to the series start here tonight, and mate, these guys just go at it. Even with a short field like we had tonight, plenty of action going on throughout the field. These guys, you really got to muscle these cars to get the best out of them. And it sort of really delivers some really good side-by-side stuff. So, yeah, most enjoyable. J-Man, we're going to wrap things up. What have we got going on? We've got more MATCHFIT stuff going on.
So make sure, viewers, you do subscribe to MATCHFIT, because obviously we are sort of here, there, and everywhere at the moment. So obviously you can catch us. The next broadcast for MATCHFIT, I believe, will be Thursday night. That will be
Red Bull Ring. Yeah,
round
I think
5.
that's round 5. Yes.
Round 5 for ASRNZ's Race of Champions. That is a great series, really starting to heat up now between the likes of Fodado and Rees and co. A drop round to consider in that. Very, very interesting tactical strategy around the car selections and stuff. Really starting to shake up, and listen to some of the driver interviews there. You'll see the amount of thought that the drivers are putting into this series and what they need to do. So that's the next broadcast for MATCHFIT. Will be this coming Thursday night, and then we will back this up again with round 2 at Morgan Park on Saturday night.
Morgan Park next week for the hardcore online gaming V8Rumble Ta2 series. J-Man, that will be awesome. That is a perfect track for these cars, so the guys will be able to really unleash the beast at Morgan Park. So really looking forward to that, and I think if my dates, my memory's correct,
Monday nights are back on.
Monday nights are going to be back on.
Rain light racing.
I think first round Barcelona, 2-hour race on the 17th. So plenty to come. So stay tuned. Like I always say, hit the like and subscribe. Turn the notifications on so you can sort of catch up with everything we're doing and what's going on. J-Man, cracking night for round 1 in Hardcore's Ta2 V8Rumble series.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Awesome stuff. And we look forward to bringing it all to you again next week, next Saturday night at Morgan Park. Join us then, ladies and gentlemen. Bye for now.
See ya.